health with this pandemic, with the disease that are coming along. Please guide them and protect them from the good health. Because we want them to return into the nation and be with their communities and their families. Again, we say everything in your hands, and we want the parents that is possible for them to move here today and to graduate and to move on, to meet them. We want the parents that are always being there and for their other kids coming along, their young ones. Please forgive them, guide them, be with our teachers.
Good morning, my name is Mr. Rogers. I'm the principal here at San Simon School, and I want to welcome all of you to our 8th grade promotion for spring, 8th grade promotion ceremony for spring of 2022. If we could all now pause for a moment of silence for the victims of violence at Uvalde, Texas that occurred yesterday. Thank you very much. Our hearts and our prayers go out to the families of the victims. I would like to congratulate the 8th graders for what is probably their biggest achievement in their lives up to this point. 8th grade promotion is the culmination of 9 years of hard work and discipline. So they are indeed deserving of congratulations. I'd like to thank the parents and the caregivers for all your support in encouraging your children every day to come to school or to get on to virtual class. The pandemic, I know, has made this past year exceedingly difficult. So we thank you for all your support and help. I wish to thank all of the school staff over the years for your roles in helping our students to reach this great achievement today in their lives. And finally, I wish to thank Miss Marcinda and Miss Mariana for producing this virtual promotion ceremony so that we can all enjoy it safely. So please enjoy today's promotional ceremony 2022. Thank you very much.
This time I would like to introduce you to our two salutatorians. This means that they were tied for the second place, top number 2 place in the class. from the school, sometime, what was the biggest reward? He said coming back to school was the best thing about coming back to school. Get the microphone. He said it was difficult being at home and learning. So his first quarter was not where he wanted it to be because it was
Can't even
difficult
hear
being
you.
at home.
Speak into the microphone, please.
Good morning, good day to everyone. Raylene Saunders, Donald the Nation Vice Chairwoman. First and foremost, on behalf of Chairman Morris Jr. and I want to congratulate the 8th grade promotees. I really want to applaud you. I know that with the pandemic going on, COVID-19, many of us have been impacted, and I'm sure each of you with your education. Not having the opportunity to be around with your friends and to be able to learn in a classroom setting the way a lot of children have that opportunity. So that's been probably the most challenging. And if any of you have lost a loved one to COVID-19, that's another challenge in itself. But I want you to know that life goes on. Life has to go on. And you're going to be moving forward to high school. And I really encourage each of you to really give it some serious thought about what you want to do with yourself when you finish high school. We need police officers, we need doctors, we need nurses, we need teachers, we need bus drivers. We need workers in every fashion from our nation. And so when you're thinking about what you want to do, if you want to go to college, get your degrees, come back and serve the nation, it's your choice. It really is in your hands, and this is an opportunity for you getting into high school to really start to think about what it is you want to do with your life. Some of you have younger brothers or sisters, or older brothers and sisters, what they're doing with their life and what it is you want for them. Because life on the reservation is very different than being in the city, and you have to do the work. Your parents, your aunts, your uncles, your grandma, your grandpa, your godparents will always be in your life, and they can't do the work for you. So I stand before you here today, encouraging you and letting you know that as a woman, that anything is possible. I stand here as Vice Chairwoman of the Belmont Nation. When I was in 8th grade, I knew I wanted to be a nurse. I knew I wanted to take care of people. And I did do that. I did go to school and I had the opportunity to do it. But I also was interested in other things that I could do in serving the Belmont people. And so when you can really take that to heart of what you want to do and where it is you want to go in life, take it serious. Really take it serious. You know, at your age, some of the things that we experienced are not what you're experiencing today. Peer pressure, suicide. Today, mental illness is among our Belmont people. And we talk about what it takes to be
be a true friend, where our families come into our lives and what they mean to us. It's really, really important that you be strong and stabilize yourself at this age, because life isn't going to get easier. It's going to get harder. And everyone is here to support you, to help guide you, but we can't always hold your hand. There's going to be times you're going to feel so alone, but know that you're not alone. It's really, really in your hands of what your future holds for you. Make us proud, make your family proud, but most of all, be proud of yourself and be at peace of what it is that you want. So I'm very proud of you for this success. 8th grade is a stepping stone, but it's also to prepare you for the next level of education. Anything is possible. I guarantee you that you have it in your heart and in your mind, and the drive, the energy, the focus to want to do what you want to do. You can do it. So thank you and congratulations. Thank you to the faculty, the staff, every single one of the personnel here at San Simon School for everything that you've done to support the students. Thank you to the parents for being there for the students. Again, don't never give up on your children, your daughter, your son, your grandchild, your niece, your nephew. They need us more than ever. So thank you, and again, congratulations. Jojo Simo.
I'd like to congratulate all of you for this promotion, this wonderful, very odd promotion. We are in the gymnasium, and there's only a handful of folks here. We only have 4 students in attendance at the moment. And for those of you who are watching at home, what we can see is tables and computer chairs and people wearing masks. And that's a really big indication of where we are today. Outside, there are flags that are half-mast in honor of those who lost their lives. That are half-mast in honor of those who lost their lives yesterday in Texas. And these are very strange times. I am the Pima County Recorder. That is an elected official for any of you who don't know. I was elected in 2000 to serve as the Pima County Recorder for all of Pima County. I made history as the first Native American to ever hold a countywide seat here in our county, and only the 3rd to do that within the whole state. So there's only 15 counties. So it's kind of a big deal. There always is a lot of focus on my success, but I really like to share with you all, especially being here, because I am an alum of San Simon Elementary School. This is where I promoted from 8th grade. Back in 1996, I'm from the communities of Coop and Pisnamo'o, which are down the road. And if you are passing by Highway 86, that billboard is of me smiling away after my win. I am your teacher, Jolene Salazar's next door neighbor. And that's where I grew up. I grew up in Pisnamo'o. And I came here to San Simon Elementary School, went from kindergarten all the way to 8th grade here. But when I finished here, I thought that I was grown and I could make decisions for myself. And so I moved with my sister to Tucson, and I went to Desert View High School. This San Simon Elementary School has about 300 students. When I went to Desert View High School, my freshman class was 300 students, meaning there was 1,200 students in that one school. And I got lost every single day, and I had to switch classes, and I got lost and I hated it. which is why I ditched, which is why I failed my entire freshman year of high school. The entire thing, except for PE, which was, I think, weird. I switched schools and I went to another school, and I crammed all 4 years of high school into 3. And that meant my senior year, instead of being able to have a study hall or easy classes or to go home half day, I had classes all the way to the end, except they allowed me to graduate with my class. They allowed me to walk across the stage, but my diploma holder was empty. And in order for me to get my diploma, they made me take a class at Pima Community College, just one math class. And so I did that. Right after I turned 18, I took a math class at Pima College, and it was the first time that I was doing great in math. I had an A in the class. I was loving it. Wow, I was doing so great. And then I found out I was pregnant, and my A went to a B. And then when I found out I was pregnant with twins, my B went to a C. And I like to tell people that I'm really glad that there wasn't one more surprise, because one more surprise and I would have failed out of college right off the bat. I took the fall and the spring off so that I could have my babies. But then the next summer I started school, and I had a baby around my, holding my baby, one baby holding them, the other one rocking them in the holder, typing with one hand so that I could write my essays, waiting for my husband, who worked at the mall, to come and take the baby. Here, get this baby. That's how I started out my college career. I didn't know what I wanted to do. It's really scary. And that's normal. That's okay. It's okay for it to be scary and for you to not know. But the most important thing is for you to show up. And I know that because I just showed up, and I kept showing up. And I took classes at Pima Community College, and I went to the advising center, and I was so scared to talk to the advisors. I was so embarrassed to talk to the advisors that I just took a list of classes off the wall, and that's what I followed so that I could find out which classes I needed to take, which I don't recommend. And I took classes until I ran out of classes to take. And then I was like, well, I guess I have to go to the U of A now, because I know that if I keep going to school, I'll keep getting scholarship money and Pell Grant money, and I can pay for diapers and the electric bill and all of these things. But during that time, my family also didn't really know how to support me. They knew that I was going to school, but they didn't really know what that meant. And I didn't have any money, and our electricity was about to be shut off, and our phones are about to be shut off, or our cars were breaking down, or we had a flat tire, or we ran out of gas, or my kids had fevers, or because their teeth were coming in, or we're trying to scrounge up money to pay for diapers, and we were running out of food stamps, and we're getting food boxes, and we were broke out of our minds. But I just kept showing up. I kept showing up to Pima Community College, and then applied for the U of A, and they let me in. And I was so focused on just showing up every day that I didn't realize until I got to the U of A that I had actually made progress. So I went to the U of A, and they had us do a special orientation. And the orientation, they wouldn't let you register for classes until the very end. So the very end, they took us into a computer lab, and they said, okay, you guys can go ahead and register for classes. And everybody started clicking away on their computers and using their mouse, and everybody knew what to do, except for me. And I kind of looked around, and I raised my hand, and I said, excuse me, I don't know what classes to register for. This woman comes over and she says, anything in your major or your minor. Well, I had been avoiding talking to the advisors. I didn't even know what a major or minor really was. I was trying to keep my head down just so I didn't get kicked out of school. I didn't know what I was specifically going for. I just knew that if I kept showing up, things would happen. So I said, English, I guess. And she goes, honey, and she did a little neck thing. You need to know because you're a junior. And it came as a surprise to me. I was so surprised by all of the work that I had been doing, the fact that we had been scrounging and scraping through, that I was actually a junior in college. I went on to finish at the U of A, but when it came time to graduate, I needed to have a 2.5 GPA. I had a 2.48. I had taken all the classes I needed. I was broke out of my mind. And in order for me to graduate, I had to petition the school and ask them. I had to beg U of A to let me graduate, which is really embarrassing. And I felt really gross about it. And I felt like I didn't really deserve the degree. I felt like U of A was just giving it to me to get rid of me, that I didn't deserve it, that I wasn't smart enough. And I thought those things. But I got my degree in secondary English education, which means I got to be a high school English teacher. And I did. I was a high school English teacher at Hoshan for 2 years, but it didn't really fit. And then I went to Thornton Community College, where I worked for 5 years, a total of 9 years, but 5 years in, I had one of the administrators come to me and say, we have money to send you back to school, and we really want you to do a program, a master's degree. And I'm like, oh, I'm not smart enough for a master's degree. And I told them no. I kept telling them no. I told them no 3 different times. And I said, I struggled in high school. I barely graduated. I struggled at Pima Community College. I struggled at the U of A. I'm not smart enough to get a master's degree. That's only for genius people. I'm not smart enough. I don't want to do that. And I'm a bad student. It took a really, really good friend of mine to kind of put me in check of like, seriously, you're going to turn down free money? Which, number one, if anybody offers you free money to go to school, take the money to go to school. That's number one. But I was working at TOCC and they said, well, don't you want our students to get associate's degrees? And I said, yeah. And they're like, and it was helpful that you went to Pima. And I said, yeah, of course. And you want our students to get bachelor's degrees? And I'm like, well, that would be amazing. Of course. Well, and it helped you when you went to the U of A? Yeah. Well, do you want our students to get master's degrees? And I'm like, well, yeah. I mean, if anybody wants to do that, of course. Well, how are you going to help them if you don't know what it's like to get your master's degree? I felt like I was stabbed in the heart. Like, how dare you? But she was right. So I'm like, fine. I'll show you how not smart I am. I'll go ahead and I'll take this and I will fail. And you can see just how not smart I am. But then I got A's. And the next semester I got A's. And the next semester I got A's. And I'm like, what the heck is going on here? Because I'm not smart and I'm a bad student. But why am I getting A's? It's because I had a job and I had money and I wasn't worried about my electricity being shut off. I wasn't worried about my cars breaking down. It's because they were letting me take leave from work to be able to go and take classes, especially if I had a final or something. I had support and I had encouragement and I had people believing in me because they saw that I could already do it because I already had a bachelor's degree. I graduated in May of 2012 with a master's degree in higher education for community college and higher education. It's a very long title. I graduated with honors with a straight 4.0 GPA, which I thought I wasn't smart enough for. The reason that I like to share that story, I know it's a long story and you're like, come on, get with the graduates. The reason I like to tell that story is because you don't always have to know what it is that you want to do. You just have to show up, and you have to keep showing up, and you have to try. You have to talk to people, and you're gonna need help. And it's okay if you fail, if you just keep showing up again and again and again. That master's degree changed my life, and I got a promotion at work, and I got more pay, and I was able to buy a house, which meant I got to move out of my apartments where my neighbors were really, really mean to me. And I was able to learn and grow in my profession, and people treated me like I knew what I was talking about because I did. And then when I decided to run for office, first of all, I was told that I should wait and I should maybe run for a smaller office because Pima County is huge. It includes more than the Thon-Otham Nation. It includes Tucson and Green Valley, all the way to Ajo, all the way, almost all of Hikwan, all of that area. It's huge. And I'm responsible for the voter registration and early voting and document recording for all of that area. And so they told me, maybe you should sit it out. Maybe you should wait. And I was able to say, I have my degrees in leadership. I know what the needs of the community are, and I am ready to move forward. And people agreed with me. And so they voted for me, and I won in a landslide. I won in my primary, and then I won in my general, and I made history. And again, I'm sharing this not to be chumskug, because we're taught to not be chumskug, to not brag about ourselves. I'm sharing this because of the struggle, because we as a people are going to be challenged more, and we have all eyes on us. But all we can do is show up every day, and we can try every day, and we can see where life is going to take us, because when one of us wins, we all win. It's a benefit for all of us, for our whole community. And that means if you are doing something big and fancy, like you're running for elected office, or if you're doing something like being a bus driver or a classroom aide, or you're working at the gas station, all of those are achievements also. And all of those contribute to our community being better. We deserve good things. We deserve representation. We deserve good lives. We deserve to be happy. And this is the start of it. It's by making the choices that you're going to make after 8th grade, moving on to high school, and where you want to go from here, even if you don't know where that is, and that's okay. So I wanted to share those words with you all, and thank you for having me here at this school where I was able to promote, and it is wonderful to be back home. Hoogie.
I would like to introduce to you our valedictorian. This was also tied. One of the young ladies is not here today, but the two young ladies tied with a 3.75 average. And just like our speaker said, that's good. That's good. That doesn't make you overly smart. That doesn't make you dumb. That makes you good. So go for it. I'd like to introduce to you Amani Antone. She's going to come and talk to you a little bit about her experiences with the pandemic in the classroom. Take the microphone. Tell them how, what you told me. How did it feel being at home trying to learn math? How did it, what did you do when you got back to school?
My name is Amani Antone, and it was hard from learning from home because I'm not used to it, and it was difficult, I guess. I came to school every day and did my work, and thank you.
You think you're ready, but you've got too much on your mind, too much left to prove. No easy answers, you've gotta work it out yourself. You won't hear anyone but you. The moment you stop looking, wherever you go, you'll be in the right place. You'll never know the difference it makes when you let go and give up the chase. I'll come find you one of these days. We've got potential, but it's the future, you and me, when the coast is clear. You see the sunrise, I see your soul shine through your eyes when you're here. The moment you stop looking, wherever you go, you'll be in the right place. You'll never know the difference it makes when you let go. Give up the chase. I'll come find you one of these days. The moment you stop looking, yeah, the moment you stop looking, wherever you go, you'll be in the right place. You'll never know the difference it makes when you let go and give up the chase. I'll come find you one of these days. I'll come find you
Good morning, everyone. My name is Annie Montana. I'm from Simo District. My parents are Francella Valentine. My grandparents are Philip Valentine and Joanne Valentine. I will be closing off on this year's 8th grade promotion. I just wanted to say thank you to all the teachers for helping me to get to this point in my life. I want to thank my family for everything and supporting me along the way. I want to thank my 8th grade teacher, Miss Jolene. She really helped us by offering extra help when we needed it, by giving us credit for the work we put in. Just everything she did helped me and my classmates. I want to thank my mom. She's been there for me, helped and supported me a lot this year. She told me not to give up when I was in the mindset of quitting, but thanks to her, she pushed me to do my work and promote. I'm also really proud of my classmates. I wish them the very best. Therefore, I would like to say congratulations to the 8th grade class of 2022.
You carry the weight much better than I do. Day after day, waiting for good news. All of our needs, our hopes and our dreams are waiting on an open door. I see a spark of light in the dark. We'll be stronger than before. We gotta love like we've never been hurt. We gotta rise like we've never been burned. And after all of the lessons we've learned, we're gonna make this a beautiful world. A beautiful world. Oh, oh, gonna make this a beautiful world. Oh, oh, a beautiful world. I'll carry the weight. No mountain is too high. It's never too late. There's always a sunrise. All of our needs, our hopes and our dreams are waiting on an open door. I see a spark of light in the dark. We'll be wiser than before. We gotta love like we've never been hurt. We gotta rise like we've never been burned. And after all of the lessons we've learned, we're gonna make this a beautiful world. A beautiful world. Oh, oh, gonna make this a beautiful world. Oh, oh, a beautiful world. When we come together, everything's gonna be much better. When we come together, we gotta love like we've never been hurt, rise like we've never been burned. And after all